Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, from Clipper Magazine Stadium. Apologize a little bit late getting together with you tonight. The encoder system skipped a beat again, but we're glad to be with you as the Barnstormers wrap up a 4-game series against the High Point Rockers, hoping to get this one in and get the Rockers on their merry way. Not only get it in, but get it in without any delays. It looks like they're going to get hit pretty hard in York, and will have to hold up their game for a while. But it looks like everything is sliding to our south, much like it did last night. And the line behind that may very well go to the north. We could stay in between and just have a lot of baseball fun here tonight. Jared Lakin on the hill for the Barnstormers, trying to solve this ballpark here in 2019. Lakin has pitched extremely well for the Barnstormers on the road, but here at home, 3-4, and his ERA is over 7. The overall numbers combining to 6-5 with a 5.35 earned run average for the left-hander, who has emerged as the second leading winner. He'll match up against a guy the Barnstormers have had some difficulty with, and that is right-hander Dominic DeMasi. DeMasi 6-2 overall with a 3.19 ERA. But in his couple of starts against the Barnstormers, he has been the man in charge. He's given up only 3 runs on 9 hits in 15 1/3 innings in his 2 matchups against the Lancaster Barnstormers. The Barnstormers winners here last night, 8-2, to pick up their 40th victory of the season. Lancaster with the big blow last night from Destin Hood, and a nice night overall from Anderson De La Rosa, who really helped to set up the first 2 run-scoring innings for the Barnstormers last night. He is my guest tonight on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. I'll be back with Anderson in just a moment on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games. A fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team, and through training, preparing, working together like a team in an emergency, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. It's time you stepped up to bat to hit a home run for your local Lancaster County Fire Company. Go to becomeafirefighter.org, sign up, and take a swing for the fences.
Wow, season 15, can you believe it? Gockenauer Appliance is proud to be back partnering with your Lancaster Barnstormers again this season, and has been since day one. We are also proud to be celebrating our 70th year of business this season, and wanted to thank all of you for your support in business over all these years. I'll be back after the Dugout Report to tell you about some great offers and giveaways we have for you during this 15th season of Barnstormers Baseball.
Welcome back to this edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. Joining me tonight is Barnstormers catcher Anderson De La Rosa. And Anderson, quite a night for you. Anything help to set up the first run? You have to set up the second run, and ultimately a 5-run inning with a double. Great night for you at the plate.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great night last night. Trying to keep people put the ball in play, and the moment when I'm bunting is like trying to move a KC to third base because you got to run on second with no out. So trying the first two strike, we hitting, and after that trying to like I had to bunt and move it that run to third base. So but that bunt is like, I mean, like great bunt, you know, and then I can't get the base here because nobody wait for that bunt. So.
This ball club, it in a sense, is kind of frustrating because for the last month, this team's played really well, 15-14 in the last 29 games, but you have the sense that it could be 21-8 if you can win the close ones.
Yeah. I mean, like we still play like right now. I mean, comparing in the first I mean, like the first half, and right now we play way different. You know, we play way different, more different. We get like more. We try to bring a lot of the guys in the base in score position, so we get a good turn at bat. We try and get a good turn at bat and get that walk. Try and beat that run, so I play with for the team, you know, like for the teamer. So and I think we do a great job. You know, some games the situation is not for us. So we get ahead with the game and with the runs and we lose in the last 2 innings. So, but that's part of the game, the part of the game. Something happened, but we still get figure out that stuff. We still get to figure out the stuff, and I think that's what happened. We play better now, a lot better. So we play good series with York. York's a great team. They have everything, hitting and pitching, and we competing, and we win that series. That was great for us, and I think that keep us more the motivation more up.
You've been able to keep your offensive production up this year. It's your best year of the 3 here at the plate. We talked about a different offseason regimen, but what have you been doing differently during the year?
To last year is I'm changing a couple stuff with my hitting, with my position, with my hitting. So when I go back to my city, I'm working out with my hitting coach out there with the Caracas, with Leones de Caracas. And I'm working out with him and I explain everything what's happening here. And I bring all the stuff out in the play. And most of the part too is I'm playing more. This year I got more opportunity for play, 2 days in a row, 1 day in a row, 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, every single game. I'll be there. So that's me. I think it's more the more than my consistency in my hitting.
It's a little harder for you to throw out runners because it's a little harder for the pitchers to hold runners.
Yeah, right now it's a little hard. So I think the average for my personally average for the catcher is tough right now. It's really I think really bad because it's tough getting guys out and the base because they bound to get a big lead in the first base. So that doesn't matter if the pitch hold it, get a slice there. It's hard. It's hard for getting running out in second.
You're sort of in the Hall of Fame now because you were the catcher who had the first steal of first base against you. It's sort of I guess an odd place to be, odd way to get to the Hall of Fame. But you've had your sort of moment in baseball history, I guess.
Yeah. When I see that one, when I see this one in the Twitter and the tweet all the stuff, 2 Venezuelan guys, because Chacín is pitching in that moment. And I catching, so that's the first. They said this first guy steal the first base is Alejandro Chacín and Anderson de la Rosa. I said wow, and I told Chacín, bro, we are in the whole family right now because we are the first person to the first base bats, and we laughing at so this part with this game, that was the moment. So in the moment and they take ours. But,
a month ago this season, what are you looking to accomplish personally?
Are we looking for? So I think we know how to fall to get the first position and the table for the playoff. So we try. My goal is try and get getting there the team in the playoff. I know we get a lot of bad games. We lose a lot of bad games and we got a lot of tough games, we losing that stuff that costs right now in the position. But I try and get, that was my goal is try and get that team there and try and get good average and
congratulations on that, and as you say, finish strong.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anderson De La Rosa, my guest tonight on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. Starting lineups will come your way next on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Hi, Adam Gockenauer back with you again to tell you about some of the great offers we have for you all season long. Stop in every day to register for a team-signed Barnstormers jersey. No purchase necessary. One lucky winner will win this very special jersey at the end of the season. Did you know we also have the best deals on the full line of Weber gas grills? Hey, mention this ad and receive free delivery on every Weber grill you purchase during the season. The best brands at the best prices. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ted Cottle.
National anthem wrapping up tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Let's quickly fire through the starting lineups. First for the visiting High Point Rockers, Stephen Cardullo leading off at second base. The designated hitter batting number 2 is Jared Mitchell. Hector Gomez will bat third and play third base. Quincy Lattimore is the cleanup batter and left fielder. Richie Schaefer will bat fifth and play right field via Sergei Rosa is the first baseman batting sixth. Miles for seventh slot. It will be Michael Russell batting eighth, playing short. And Matthew Jones, the catcher, batting number 9. Dominic Damasi on the hill. He is 6-2 for the Rockers on the year. And for the Barnstormers, Caleb Gindel back in right field tonight. He's doing the leadoff chores. Third baseman batting second is Joe Terdoslavich. Andrew Applin returns to left till bat third. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter Destin Hood. Casey Hobson will bat fifth and play first base. The catcher hitting sixth is Parker Morin. Melvin Mercedes with a chance to start at shortstop and bat seventh. Darian Sanford at second base hitting eighth. And Devon Torrance is the center fielder batting ninth. Barnstormers no longer have the services of Gift and Gope. He had to go back home. His wife is expecting. And Gift returning home to take care of things on that end. We wish him the best. And I tell you what, from what I saw and dealing with Gift for just a couple of weeks, if he wants to come back next year, I think we welcome him with open arms. A great job while he was here. But there are more important things than baseball in this world. Believe it or not, I just said that, but it's true. Stephen Cardullo, the second baseman, leads off tonight against Barnstormers left-hander Jared Lakin. Lakin is 6-5 with a 5.35 ERA. This is his 19th start, his third start, and fourth overall appearance against the Rockers. Jared's thrown 101 innings. He's allowed 110 hits, 60 earned runs. He has walked 49, struck out 72, and his first pitch tonight is lined into left field. And a leadoff base hit for Cardullo. The runner is on. And that brings in Jared Mitchell, the designated hitter, a left-handed batter, who basically put the game here out of reach on Tuesday night with a grand slam. And the night before that, he won it in the ninth with a 2-run double. He's had a great series, but he also got hurt and was unavailable to Jamie Keefe last night. Back in there this evening as the DH. The leadoff man, Cardullo, is on board. Good pickoff move by Lakin, almost had him. Cardullo is able to get back in with the head-first dive to the bag. Joe Terdoslavich at third. Melvin Mercedes with the start at shortstop, and there's another throw to first, but this one bounces to KC, who's able to knock it down. Darian Sanford with another start at second base. He's been fun to watch, a little unorthodox with his throws, but a lot of fun at second base. And Casey Hobson at first. Applin, Torrance, Gindley outfield from left to right. Here's the pitch to Mitchell. That is tattooed to center, but right there is Torrance for out number 1.
Third baseman number 6.
Torrance did not have to go far for that, like Mitchell did tracking down a ball Devon hit the other night. I made the comment that LSU beat OSU on that one, and Devon heard it, and he was giving me the business about that today. But I still say it's 1-0 because that was a routine catch. Here is Hector Gomez, the third baseman, right-handed batter, 289 with 9 homers, 59 runs batted in. College football is on the doorstep. It actually starts with a couple of games this weekend. First pitch strike into Gomez, and it's 0-1. Double play still in order here in the top half of the first inning. We haven't seen many on this homestand. Fourth and final game against the Rockers. This is their last trip to Clipper Magazine Stadium, at least during the regular season. That ball is tagged toward right center field. Racing over is Torrance, and he'll make the running catch against Gomez for out number 2. They are swinging very aggressively at Jared Lakin in the early stages of tonight's ball game. A single by Cardulo, a couple of lines the season has gone along. Now here is Quincy Lattimore, the left fielder, a .259 hitter with 19 home runs on the year, 60 runs batted in. Jared Lakin comes set, and to Lattimore, first pitch fastball, good for a strike. It's 0-1. The weather is looking a little bit more foreboding now than the radar did 15 minutes or so ago, and we may have to hold things up here for a while tonight. That remains unclear. Popped up to the shortstop, and an easy play for Mercedes. Only 6 pitches in the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. Lakin works his way through the frame after the leadoff base hit. And we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. The Barnstormers facing Dominic Damasi, scoreless so far.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Dominic Damasi with the start tonight for the High Point Rockers. Damasi has been terrific overall. 6-2 with a 3.19 ERA. He has given up only 56 hits in 67 2/3 innings with 22 walks, 65 strikeouts, and he has recorded 6 quality starts over his last 8 games, including 4 in a row. First pitch to Caleb Gindel is a ball down low, 1-0. Damasi has owned the Barnstormers. He's 2-0 against Lancaster in 2 starts, giving up only 9 hits in 15 1/3 innings. On the flip side, Caleb Gindel has hurt the Rockers quite a bit, and the 1-0 to him is ball 2 outside. Gindel has reached base 18 games in a row, and 10 out of his last 13 plate appearances, Gindel has been on board. 4 home runs against the Rockers this year, 13 driven in. The pitch to Caleb, that is low. Tim Detweiler has the plate tonight with Bill Reuter at first and Derek Brooks over at third. 3 balls, no strikes to Gindel. A chance to extend his on-base streak to a 19th game. Dominic Damasi, slender right-hander, 6'3", 190 pounds, from East Meadow, New York, delivers. Gindel gives this one a ride, deep to right center field. Way back it goes, and the walls aren't close to containing it. And for Caleb Gindel, home run number 16 on the year. The Barnstormers out to a very quick 1-0 lead. Caleb Gindel just demolished it, and his hitting streak has been extended. His on-base streak has been extended. 15 of his 16 home runs at home, but I can pretty assure you that one is out of anywhere. He was swinging 3-0, had the green light, and put it out of here. 11 out of 14 plate appearances now he's been on. Here's Joe Terdoslavich, who goes after the first pitch he sees and golfs it to left center field. That is really traveling out there, but Schroeder able to get back to the left center field alley and make the catch. Trdoslavich got under it, but boy, that when there are storms in the vicinity. The air tends to lift out in front of thunderstorms, and that lifting air will take a baseball with it. Andrew Applin, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Applin has hit safely in 10 in a row again, 29 out of 30. 314 with 5 homers, 32 runs batted in. Damasi to the plate, and he's off the outside corner, strike one taken. Gindle's 5th home run against the Rockers on the year. Here comes the 0-1 to Applin. This is popped up foul and will get out of play along the third base side, 0-2. Applin has had to struggle the last couple of nights to keep the hitting streak alive. He has just 1 hit in each of the first 3 games in the series. It was a 3-run homer in the 5th inning Monday. Ground ball here, right to the first baseman, handled by Rosa. He will take it himself, 3 unassisted, 2 gone. And then Tuesday night, it was an infield hit created by a mental mistake. Matt Sergey not getting over to cover. Last night, his final at-bat in the 8th inning, as the Barnstormers were able to get the lineup back around to him. He led off the 8th with a double. Destin Hood comes to the plate with 2 outs and the bases empty. Hood had the biggest blow last night, a 3-run double in the 4th inning. He's batting .266, 7 home runs, 34 batted in, 17 extra base hits for him as a Barnstormer. He rolls this one to third. Getting behind it is Gomez. He has time to set for the throw. Hood's retired 5-3. That will end the inning, but Gindle puts the Barnstormers in the lead with the leadoff home run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left at the end of 1 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers 1 and the High Point Rockers nothing.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing.
Once again, Mark Rabideau, the head groundskeeper here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, meeting with the umpires as the possibility of rain striking is certainly there, but the radar looks that we're not going to get the worst of it. Get Richie Schaefer for a ball 1-0, 254 with 19 home runs on the year for the right-handed slugging Schaefer. Lakin comes back. This ball is skied down the right field line. Giving chase is Darian Sanford. Sanford overruns it in foul territory. The ball lost by him. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to about to the Barnstormers bullpen mound. As you know, Sanford can cover a lot of territory when the ball's in the air. He cut in between Hobson and Gindle, and I'm not sure either one of those would have gotten there. And then Sanford, going at full speed, took 1 step too many and lost control of the ball. Meanwhile, the swing by Richie Schaefer, and he seems to be less than 100%. Jamie Keefe over talking to him, as well as the trainer Zach Schnurr. But Schaefer will remain in the ball game. Keefe is running out of available bodies. Mitchell's not 100%. Giovanni Alfonso injured a thumb on a pickoff play last night, and he can run, but he can't swing a bat or realistically field. 1 ball and 1 strike on Schaefer. The pitch off the outside corner, ball 2-1. The good news is the damage to Alfonso is not significant. He may only miss a couple of days. 2-1 to Schaefer. Up and away. And we go to 3 balls and a strike. The Barnstormers with a 1-0 lead on the Caleb Gindel home run. Second time he has led off the game with a home run for the Barnstormers this year. Devon Torrance has done it once. Now ball 4 is outside. Lakin walks Schaefer here in the second inning. If Sergei Rosa, the first baseman, will come to the plate. Rosa, the left-handed hitting first baseman, and he has driven in 32. Left-on-left matchup here in the second inning. Schaefer has not stolen any bases. He has not tried to steal any bases. Lakin still needs to keep at least half an eye on him. The pitch to Rosa is popped up into foul territory. That's coming back and out of play. No balls and a strike. Now, sun is back out at Clipper Magazine Stadium. It was looking bad for a while, but it appears that any heavy rains are now drifting off to our north. Into the dirt for a ball, knocked down by Moore, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Leadoff man aboard here in the second inning. Rosa is the K-man here tonight. Indignity upon indignity we try to heap upon the visiting teams when they come in here. The cold player of the game, the strikeout man. Quirky music when they step in. Fouled away 1-2. But you don't feel badly when you do it to the Rockers because they have the pink visiting clubhouse. That'll 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rosa. And it is bright pink. My goodness, you have to wear sunglasses in there. Schaefer leading off first. Lakin to the dish, and there's a bouncer that is foul outside the first base bag. Billy Horn trying to coax the call differently out of Bill Reuter. We continue at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sugarland coming in tomorrow. Last time those two clubs met, they didn't get along terribly well. There was certain lack of a cordial nature on the field. The offering missing low. Rosa bats 2 balls and 2 strikes. There was just a certain incident where there was some indication of strife. 2-2. Fouled away by Rosa, and the count will continue. Of course, it led to 7 suspensions, but it's been a few weeks, and the teams haven't seen each other for the 6th day in a row, as it turned out the 7th day in a row, and hopefully all of that is in the past. Rosa bats 2 balls, 2 strikes. Richie Schaefer, a short lead off first, and the pitch, he got him a swing and a foul tip. Held by Morin. Lakin chalks up his first strikeout of the night. Miles Schroeder, the center fielder, will come to the plate. Schroeder, .237 with 8 home runs and 39 runs batted in. It's been virtually all against the Barnstormers. Against the rest of the league, he has hit .210 with 3 home runs and 23 runs batted in. You put him against the Barnstormers, either ballpark, he has been absolutely deadly, but I think even more so here. Swing and a miss. It is 0-1 on Schroeder. Batting right-handed against Jared Lakin. Schroeder is shifted between center field and second base in this series. He's 4 for 11 with a home run here this week. Had a tremendous opening series. In the dirt, good block again by Morin. A ball and a strike with 1 out and a runner at first base. Lancaster with the 1-0 lead on the Caleb Gindel home run. And 1 ball, 1 strike to Schroeder. Lakin goes back to work. Here's the offering. And that is below the knees. 2 balls and a strike. By the way, an error was charged to Sanford for dropping the pop-up. Schaefer not belonging on base in that sense. 2-1, Chopper on the third base side, digging it up to Terdoslavich, and he can't get rid of it. Runners are safe at first and second. That will be an infield base hit for Miles Schroeder's 23rd hit. Shortstop Michael Russell coming in, 308 with 3 home runs. Again, Russell moved from second to short last night with the injury to Alfonso on a pickoff play. And he remains in the lineup at shortstop tonight. They were down to just 11 position players to begin with. Coming into this series, Alfonso's down and Mitchell's limited. First offering is a strike at the knees on Russell. It's 0-1. 1-0 Lancaster, but an opportunity here in the top of the second for the High Point Rockers. Lakin fires low. And it's 1-1. Matthew Jones, the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, really nice start working at BB&T Point against the Rockers, and then gave up back-to-back home runs in the 7th inning. This ball crashed to the gap in right center, in for a base hit. Gindel cuts it off. Here comes Schaefer. He will head home to score. Gindel firing to the cutoff man. It's an RBI base hit for Russell. Ball game is tied up at 1 on what will go down as an unearned run. Here in the 2nd inning, Matthew Jones, the catcher, will step to the plate with Schroeder at second and Russell at first. Still just 1 out here. It looks like able to the fans head upstairs for just a few moments, back down. And we had just a brief shower for a moment or two, but the sun is back out now. Lakin goes to work on Jones. Left-hander deals. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. That is handled by Mercedes to Sanford and on to first, a double play. Lakin pitches his way out of any other trouble. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and there was 1 runner left on base. We're in the middle of the 2nd inning. The Barnstormers and the High Point Rockers tied at 1. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu.
The other
5-inch heels.
but with twice 4 or 5. Plus, for even more chances to win. It's simple.
2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play Pick Games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Ladies will come to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Tie ball game at 1 apiece. The Barnstormers just turning a double play to get out of the top of the 2nd after the 1 run scored. And again, that run was unearned as Sanford was charged with an error for dropping the pop-up off the bat of Schaefer, and he would eventually reach base on the walk. Now here is Hobson, base hit of the season. Massey, the former Cleveland. The DeMassey working with battery mate Matthew Jones. Gets a foul ball slowly hit down the Barnstormers dugout steps off a breaking pitch. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. The windup and a Hobson. Breaking ball doesn't come in the back door. Finale of a 4-game set. We go to High Point in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks, I guess it is. Wednesday and Thursday set. Inside and low to KC. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And those will be the final games between these two combatants here this year. High Point leads the season series 14-4. Swing and a miss. Hobson is gone on strikes on a breaking ball. May or may not have been low. DeMassey checking that against the Rockers. They look to change that tonight. Parker Morin stands in. 247 with 3 home runs. He can't get much to fall here lately. The pitch to him. He gets jammed, pops it up foul out of play to the left. It is 0-1. Morin's average has dipped slightly over recent weeks. He's only 4 for his last 28. But he's hitting the ball well enough. Just can't find the seams. Fouled off to the left again. And a second strike to Parker Morin. On deck is the switch hitting shortstop, Melvin Mercedes. The Barnstormers again with switch hitters. The bottom 3 in the order. Same 3 guys. Here's the 0-2. Morin pulls a grounder foul. That'll jump into the Lancaster dugout. Went right over the screen. No balls, 2 strikes continuing. Ross Peoples is coaching third. Josh Bell over at first base. We're tied at 1. 1 out into the bottom half of the second inning. Here's the 0-2. Morin crashes a foul off to the left, and that will get to the screen in front of the kids' play area and deflect back down the hillside. And one lone youngster out there with a glove, able to retrieve it. 0-2. DeMassey ready to go. Morin takes a breaking ball and skims it to second. Looked like it kicked up a little water on the way. Easy play for Cardullo. Morin's retired since the leadoff home run. DeMassey has bounced back and retired 5 in a row. Melvin Mercedes comes up. 266 hitter is Mercedes with 5 runs batted in. He had a pair of hits in the ball game here last night. Mercedes is just a steady performer. There's nothing really flashy about him, but he always seems to be there, and now 15 games. 1-0 delivery inside to him. 2 balls in Mendunak. 1 and High Point 1 in this series finale. The weather is supposed to break. We should have an app. Make sure the Barnstormers are part of your plans. In on the hands and fouled back. DeMassey working to Mercedes at 2 balls and a strike. Fireworks, of course, coming up on Saturday. Ground ball left side. That'll sneak through past the outstretched glove of Russell and through the hole. Mercedes is aboard with a 2-out base hit, ending the streak of success for DeMassey. Now here is Darian Sanford, the second baseman, a .225 hitter with 19 runs batted in. Last night he stole his 181st base in the Atlantic League. Of course, he's the reigning stolen base champion and well in front here in 2019 as well. The one thing that could stand between Sanford and another stolen base title would be not playing every day. Justin Pacioli has pulled into second and now has 37 to Sanford's 54. Darian squares the bunt and pushes it back behind Jones into the screen. No balls and a strike. Devon Torrance, the center fielder who has found High Point pitching very much to his liking, is the batter due next. 2 outs, Melvin Mercedes, the base runner. It looks like the track might be pretty slow out there. I don't know if you're going to see much in the way of base stealing right now. Outside to Darien, it's a ball and a strike. A couple of the ground balls that we have seen have splashed up some moisture from the infield grass. And the track looks a little on the muddy side. 1-1 to Sanford. Darien with a slow chopper charging at the second baseman Cardullo. He'll shovel it out of his glove and just get Darien Sanford. Nicely done by Stephen Cardullo to end the inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, one man left on base. We're done with 2, and it's tied at 1.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trip's transportation needs. Providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124. There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
Top of the third inning and top of the order for the High Point Rockers, tied at 1 with the Barnstormers through the first 2 innings of the ball game. Home run for Gindel, RBI single for Russell on the run exchange so far tonight. Here's Stephen Cardullo with his 20th hit in the season series. Lakin ready to go, breaks it off and gets the outside corner. A strike taken, it's 0-1. We mentioned Jared gave up back-to-back home runs at High Point. He was carrying a lead at the time. Into the 7th inning, and those 2 home runs were good for 3 on the inside corner for Cardullo. He ended up stepping out of the way, but it's ruled a second strike, 0-2. Richie Schaefer and Michael Russell with those back-to-back home runs back on June 19th. Jared had a whale of a game going into that inning. Into the dirt for a ball, knocked down by Morin, so even if Cardullo had been inclined to take off for first base, he would have had very little success right there. 1-2. Lakin in that June 19th ball game was leading as there's a ball tattooed to left field, and racing into the corner to retrieve it is Applin. Cardullo will dart into second. He is standing with a leadoff double here in the third inning. Who has owned him. And then a bloop single down the right field line by Hector Gomez got it going. Schaefer and Russell went back-to-back. And High Point took a 4-3 lead. That ball game went back and forth. The Rockers eventually winning at 8-7 in 10 innings. Upstairs for ball 1 on Jared Mitchell, 1-0. Runner at second base with nobody out here in the third inning. That's 4 hits now for the High Point Rockers tonight. Directly at Devon Torrance back in the first inning. In the dirt, knocked down by Morin. Ball 2 and no strikes. You just wonder if it's coincidence or if Lakin just is not comfortable pitching with that wall behind him in right field. And that has happened to pitchers before in here, but he's just done so much better on the road. He's been, at times, absolutely brilliant outside of this ballpark, specifically at Bethpage Ballpark on Long Island, where he's had 2 phenomenal starts this year. Breaking ball is down and away. Mitchell bats 3-0. Sugarland comes in tomorrow. The Barnstormers will be sending John Anderson to the mound. He'll be seeking his 10th win of the year. Three balls, no strikes to Mitchell. The target set by Morin, and ball 4 misses inside. It adds a second runner. First and second with nobody out. Hector Gomez coming to the plate. Lakin wouldn't mind another one of those double play ground balls. We've by as of yet. Try and go back through their schedule and see if I can piece together what we may be seeing. There's a pitch to Gomez. That connects with the inside corner for a called strike, and Gomez winces. He has 27 hits in the season series. Cardullo 20 have been the 3 toughest hitters in the league on this ball club this season. 0-1, the count to Hector Gomez. Sanford creeps towards second base, now to the plate. It is lined over the head of Mercedes into left center field, a base hit. Being waved around is Cardullo. A relay throw coming home. It'll be late. And an RBI single for Gomez as the Rockers take a 2-1 lead against Jared Lakin here in the 3rd inning. They still have runners at first and second with nobody out. Quincy Lattimore coming to the plate. Lattimore popped to the shortstop back in the 1st inning. Torrance did the right thing there. He fired to the cutoff man. Otherwise, Mitchell and Gomez could have moved ahead. At least now you have the double play in order. Fly ball doesn't score a run, except under extraordinary circumstances. Lakin delivers. This ball is smoked down the left field line, but a foul ball. And just a loud strike on Lattimore. It is 0-1. High Point with a 2-1 lead. Still nobody out here in the 3rd inning. Those 64 hits given up in this ballpark. 327 average against here. Just 231 on the road. Grounded foul. Lattimore is at a discouraging 0-2 from his vantage point, hitting the ball hard twice in a row and nothing to show for it except a 2-strike count. A WHIP at home of 1.89, 1.28 on the road. Mitchell at second. Gomez leads off first. Lattimore takes strike 3 called on the inside corner. Lakin sneaking one across the edge. His 2nd strikeout. Now with a ground ball, once again he can limit the harm. Schaefer walked and scored back in the 2nd inning on an unearned run. The old E4DF dropped foul. Kept his turn at the plate going. Runners go early, and there may be a play at 3rd. There is. Tagged out is Mitchell. He got started too soon. Jamie Keefe is going to complain that Jared Lakin balked. Mitchell arguing it as well, but for the moment, he is thrown out stealing 1-5. Lakin jumped around, spun, fired. And Terdoslavich was able to tag out Mitchell. But Mitchell and Keefe walk away from the discussion displeased. They lose a base runner. And Gomez, by the way, never bolted for second, so the Barnstormers win on both fronts. Now Gomez takes off, pitch high and outside. Morin's throw bounces in to Darian Sanford. There is no play at second. A steal for Gomez, his 17th of the season, and a runner is moved back into scoring position with a count of 1 ball and no strikes on Richie Schaefer. Wind is picked up and blowing now from left to right. We may see some more balls leave this ballpark to right field tonight. I would think that is likely. Gomez leading off second. The pitch taken low by Schaefer, 2-0. With the lefty batting via Sergei Rosa waiting on deck. 2-1 High Point here in the third inning. The Barnstormers will need to put together a constant attack against Dominic DeMasi, something that they haven't been able to do the other 2 times they have faced the lefty. The pitch missing the outside corner. Schaefer's up there at 3-0. Gindel seems to be the one guy that has DeMasi remotely figured out. Double against him in the first inning, his last start here. Ball 4, joined via Sergei Rosa, will come to the plate. Barnstormers saw DeMasi twice in the month of July, and again, he performed very well both times. No extra base hits allowed the first time he faced the Barnstormers, but Gindel was 2 for 4 off of him. 2 outs, 2 on here. Lakin delivers, and the pitch to Rosa stays inside. It is ball 1. Jarrett isn't missing terribly, but he's missing. Walks have gotten him into some trouble. Base hits, some trouble. 1-0 on Rosa. That is high and tight. 2 balls and nothing. Gomez at second, Schaefer at first. 2 outs in the inning. One of those created on the bases. It's 2-1, High Point, and Rosa will try and extend it. Switch hitting center fielder Miles Schroeder waits on deck. Lakin goes to work, 2-0, and Rosa takes that past Sanford into right center for a base hit. Here comes Gomez streaking around to score. On to third goes Schaefer, and it's now 3-1 on the single by Rosa. Gomez had no trouble scoring where that ball was hit. Sanford was cheated into the hole on the right side. The ball passed him to his right, and in between Torrance and Gindel into the alley. The batter now is Schroeder. He was aboard on an infield base hit back in the second inning. A dribbler, Terdoslavich, couldn't make the play on, charging in. 3-1 now in favor of High Point, and to Schaefer. It is outside again, just by a bit. Ball 1-0. Jared's other start against High Point here did not go well. Fly ball out to right. Look out for the wind. Gindel going back. Gindel looking up, and that ball will bounce off the wall. Schaefer has scored. There may be a play at the plate on Rosa, and he tries to dance. He's able to get it off the wall. Fortunately, not over, and the Barnstormers are able to complete the relay for the final out in the inning. However, it is a 3-run inning for the High Point Rockers on 4 hits, 2 of the outs coming on the bases. No errors, 1 man was left on base, and as we go to the bottom of the third, it's High Point 4, Lancaster 1.
This is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk.
State fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
4-1 in favor of the High Point Rockers. We head to the third inning, the bottom portion of the third inning. Devon Torrance leading off. Torrance has tortured High Point. He's hit .452 in the season series, 14 out of 31, .239 overall. He has a pair of home runs. He has driven in 18. Dominic DeMasi operating with a 3-run lead, misses badly with his first chase after it. It is ball one and no strikes. York had the rain delay that we were able to avoid. Home against Southern Maryland tonight. They were rained out 2 nights ago. They have managed to get started. Top of the second inning now, no score. To Torrance, here comes the 1-0. High and outside. Ball 2 and no strikes on Devon. With Caleb Gindel waiting on deck. Somerset 3, Long Island nothing. Play is in the bottom of the fourth there. New Britain and Sugarland not yet underway in Texas. To Torrance, 2 balls and nothing. Taken on the outer part of the plate, making it 2-1. Back at first base, the 2-1 is chopped foul right at the dish, 2-2. Caleb Gindel with the leadoff home run for the Barnstormers tonight. But DeMasi has retired 6 of the 7 batters that he has faced since then, allowing a single to left by Melvin Mercedes. With 2 outs in the second inning. But it's been non-stop pressure on Jared Lakin the last 2 frames. 1 run in the second, 3 in the third. Now Torrance with a full swing, fouls it back. He'll continue at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Somerset trying to hang in the wild card race. The Patriots could seriously use Sugarland to win the second half in the Freedom Division. It would help them immensely. Bouncer foul by Torrance. It is 2-2, and in doing so, have York lose some ball games. Tough road for the Patriots, but they've got a chance. The second half is going to be tough for them. They're 6.5 back, but if they can hold on tonight, they'll pull within 5.5 of the Ducks. Ball 3 outside and low to Torrance on a lengthy at bat against Dominic DeMasi here in the third inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Devon, leading off here. The right-hander DeMasi kicks, brings it home, and it's wrapped up the middle. Base hit center field. DeMasi could not get the glove down, and Torrance has done it to the Rockers once again. He drives them crazy. Leadoff man on. Caleb Gindel put a 3-0 pitch out of sight back in the first inning. 16th home run of the year, 76 runs batted in. The current total for Gindel. Had a 10-game hitting streak, broke for 1, but did reach base on a walk in that game, and now 8 more in a row he has base hits. DeMasi to the plate, reaching the outside corner. It's 0-1. Joe Turdoslavich on deck. The Barnstormers looking to battle back against DeMasi here in the bottom of the third inning. Torrance has it underway with the leadoff single up the middle. Gindel awaiting the no ball, 1 strike pitch. DeMasi working out of the stretch. Gindel safe on the fielder's choice. Torrance out 3-6, but I'll tell you, Michael Russell had trouble handling that original throw from Sergei Rosa, and I wasn't sure that Derek Brooks was going to give them the out on the play, but it was good. Joe Terdoslavich stepping in. Terdoslavich flied to center back in the first inning. Joe's hit a little bit of a skid here this week. Hitless in the series, 0 for 9 against the Rockers. First pitch off the outside corner and the fastball, 1-0. Andrew Applin, the left fielder, due to bat next. Terdoslavich had a tremendous road trip that started with the 5-for-5 game against the Somerset Patriots a week ago Tuesday. 1-0 to him here. Fouled to the screen, and the count levels at a ball. High Point has already recorded 7 hits off of Lakin in the ball game tonight. Jarrett has walked 3. He has struck out 2. Lancaster with 3 hits off Damasi. To Terdoslavich, taken to the gap in right center field. A line drive racing over to cut it off is Schroeder. He will not keep Gindel from advancing to third. Terdoslavich held to a single, and Andrew Applin could step in and with one swing of the bat tie the game. Terdoslavich with his first hit. Upland grounded out, 3 unassisted, back in the first inning. Andrew finds a way to contribute just about every night. And if it's not with his bat, and the rare night that it isn't, it's with his glove work. He has made some seriously nice plays in this series, whether in left or in center. Gindel off third. Terdoslavich leads from first. Damasi comes set. Applin drills it to straightaway center. Out there is Schroeder to handle the clothesline. Here comes Gindel, and he will score standing up on the sacrifice fly by Andrew Applin. It's now a 4-2 ball game. Applin hit that ball squarely but right at Schroeder. The center fielder did not have to move. Terdoslavich stayed at first. Destin Hood will come to the plate. Hood grounded out. 5-3 back in the first inning. Lancaster back within 2 on the Applin sacrifice fly as Andrew drives in his 33rd run of the campaign. He joined the Barnstormers at the 1st of July. Terdoslavich, the runner at first with 2 men gone. Destin Hood gets underneath one and elevates it to left center, but not nearly deep enough. Schroeder coming on to make the catch. It will end the inning. The Barnstormers swinging the bats perfectly well. A run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave a man. We're done with 3 with High Point still up, but now 4-2.
When in need of new appliances for your home, come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers, crafted for Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Four runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the High Point Rockers. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error, 2 left for the Barnstormers. Michael Russell, who singled home the first Rockers run back in the second inning. Leads off here in the fourth. Jared Lakin to the plate, and that's scorched foul on the ground down the third base side. The count is 0-1 on Russell. Lancaster has battled back to put a run on the board. They were able to respond in the bottom of the third inning, keeping themselves very much in this ball game. Now up the middle and a base hit past the outstretched glove of Lakin. Russell is on with the 8th High Point Rockers base hit of the night. It brings on Matthew Jones, who ramped into a 6-4-3 double play back in the second, and Lakin could use another. Against Lakin, his pitch count isn't terribly high here, but it's an awful lot of base hits for 3+ innings. He will go back to take a pinch of the rosin bag. Cardullo and Schroeder have the extra base hits. Cardullo with the line double into the left field corner leading off last inning. Schroeder got a ball up into what was at one point a strong wind. It's now started to die back down. That was the RBI double in the third. Inside and low to Jones. Ball 1 and no strikes, and Lancaster does have action in the bullpen. I believe it is Alejandro Chacin beginning to warm up. 1 ball, no strikes to Jones. Lakin comes back, and that ball is slammed toward the right field wall. Way back it goes, and it's off the tent. A home run for Jones, his second of the series and second of the season, as the Rockers now lead by a score of 6-2. Jones goes oppo and locates the tent. A 2-run Jack Point Rockers with Cardullo. Barnstormers have not won 2 games in the same series against the Rockers, and they did pull off the 3-game sweep back in June at BB&T Point. This has been a painful season series. 2 runs home here in the fourth. Cardullo stands in. A single and a double for him. Lakin will come to the plate and fire outside with the fastball. It's 1-0. Nine hits now, 6 runs through 3+ innings. Back comes Lakin, and he is away, 2 balls and no strikes. The Barnstormers see if that can continue. Cardullo crushes a foul. That one almost a Harrisburg pipe. I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but he had some distance on it. 2-1. That hit well off the property, or at least beyond the fences past the kids' play area. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and that is hit foul on the ground and down the steps into the third base dugout. Cardullo bats at 2-2. It's amazing how one night you could pitch so well and another night you come out and it's just the feel on the ball. You throw just as hard, but it doesn't have the same life coming out of your hands. Swing and a miss. Cardullo fooled there, and Lakin strikes out his third. Jared Mitchell will step in. Reminds me of talking to Frank Viola in the dugout report last night, how he talked about the end of 87 and through the 88 season. He was in such a zone, he didn't even know who the opposing teams were, what ballpark he was in. He was just locked in, his arm, the baseball, and the catcher's glove, and nothing else. Popped up by Mitchell. Playable for the third baseman, Turdoslavich, into foul territory. And he makes the catch, although it appeared that he lost sight of it at the last second. He made the catch and seemed almost startled that he did. Snapped the head out of the way at that last second. 2 outs, and it brings on Hector Gomez. He singled home a run back in the third inning. The Barnstormers got a break when Mitchell was thrown out trying to steal last inning, and it appeared at that moment that it would stay 2-1, but Lakin had a hard time getting out of it. Ground ball, there's Turdoslavich making the play to his left. He spins and finds Hobson. After the home run, it sort of clears the plate, and Lakin retires the side in order following that, but Jones goes oppo with a 2-run shot, 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Casey Hobson, Parker Morin, and Melvin Mercedes set against Dominic DeMasi. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is a 6-2 ball game in favor of the High Point Rockers. DeMasi, with a lot of stir-up showing, delivers, and Hobson swings and misses. Down a strike, it is 0-1. Casey, a strikeout victim, back in the second inning. The only one for DeMasi so far tonight. He's averaged almost a strikeout per inning on the year. Right-hander comes back. And to Hobson, the 0-1 is just nicked foul for a second strike. It is 0-2. Lancaster with sacrifice fly by Applin last inning. Down by 4. Hobson trying to trigger something else here. The 0-2 delivery is a little looper toward the middle of the field. It'll be played on a bounce by Russell, whose throw to first is in time to get Hobson. KC tried to place that ball almost perfectly. He didn't hit it well. But Russell went a long way to his left and threw him. 1 out. Parker Morin steps in. Morin grounded out 4-3 back in the second inning. DeMasi working with a 4-run lead. Nobody throwing right now in the Barnstormers bullpen, and we'll see if Russ at least checks out Lakin in the fifth inning because he settled down so well after the home run in the top of this frame. And I'm not sure Ross is terribly interested in going to the bullpen so early if he doesn't have to. Today is day 10 in a row out of 27 straight for this Barnstormers ball club, but there are teams in the league that do not have an off day remaining. I know that's the case for the Long Island Ducks. I believe it is for the Somerset Patriots as well. Ball 1, no strikes on Morin. Here's the motion by DeMasi. The pitch, hard hit ground ball, takes a wicked hop, but Rosa able to manage it. In fact, it almost might have made the play easier. 3 unassisted for Parker Morin, and the batter is Melvin Mercedes. He singled back in the second. Mercedes drove in the first run of the game last night and also helped to build the 5-run fourth. Third time he came up, he reached on an error. Productive night for Melvin Mercedes. The line by DeMasi, and he delivers a strike at the top of the zone. It is 0-1. DeMasi has recorded 7 outs on the ground so far in this game. 0-1. Inside, a ball and a strike now to Melvin. Hobson's technically a ground out. It was a line drive that just Sadie's retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for DeMasi. Nothing across. At the end of 4, High Point still up 6-2.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy. Add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Quincy Lattimore to start off the fifth inning. Jared Lakin does return to the mound, and I think that's a solid move on Ross Peoples' part because he did settle down in the fourth inning. Lattimore's 0 for 2. Quincy Lattimore, in fact, does not have a hit in the series. It's not that he's been entirely quiet. He had a sac fly in last night's game and a couple of walks here on Monday. Taken for a strike, it's 1-1, but Lattimore has been entirely out of the hit column this week. He's popped up and struck out tonight. A fly ball to left field. Andrew Applin searching the skies, has it gauged, and actually has to come in a little bit at the end to make the catch. Lakin is now retired 4 straight. Richie Schaefer, the right fielder, will come to the plate. Schaefer has walked twice and scored twice. The first time he reached, it was after Darian Sanford dropped a foul pop-up down the right field line, and that seemed to trigger bad things. One pitch is high to Schaefer, though, ball 1. That was the only strike that Lakin has thrown to Schaefer in the game. The other 9 pitches have missed. Ground ball left side. Into the hole goes Mercedes. He can only knock it down. He tries to fling it across the diamond, but it's late. And we'll get a ruling on that play. Melvin Mercedes going into the hole. It will be a single for Schaefer. Runner on with 1 out. First baseman Jovan Rosa coming to the plate. And I don't know that Melvin Mercedes is going to be able to throw out Schaefer. And admittedly, Schaefer doesn't run very well, but I don't know if Melvin could throw him out on that play, even if he does come up with it cleanly. And apparently that was the feeling in the scoring room as well. Here's via Sergei Rosa, who has struck out and grounded a single up the middle to drive in a run. First pitch fouled away. No balls and 1 strike. Top of the 5th, 6-2 in favor of the High Point of the ball game tonight. It's the first time all week they have picked up 10 hits in a game. Fastball is upstairs, and it's 1-1. But this offense is, to say the least, opportunistic. You give them chances to score, and they will take advantage of them. The Rockers 4th in the league in team batting, but 2nd in runs scored. Swing and a foul ball back just off the end of Rosa's bat. The contact is so little that Schaefer thought it had gotten away entirely from Morin, and he took off for second, thinking it was a wild pitch or pass ball. Via Sergei Rosa batting at 1-2. Pitch taken outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rosa from the Bronx, the man playing shortstop for the Barnstormers, also from the Bronx. High and tight, look out. Rosa gets chased out of there. It is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of people live in the Bronx. If you've ever been up that way, it's high-rise apartment building after another. Manhattan's like that. Brooklyn has some, not so much. There it's a lot of the Brownstones. Swing and a miss. Down goes Rosa. Second time he has struck out. And that brings on Miles Schroeder, who is, surprise, 2 times. I think it's just assumed that if two people are from the same hometown, they must know each other. But Bronx is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, likely over 1 million people. Rosa went to George Washington High School, which I think is the most well-known high school in the Bronx. Swing and a miss. Fastball past Schroeder. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Melvin Mercedes went to DeWitt Clinton High School. Arguably rivals and roughly the same age. To Schroeder, 1-1. Ground ball foul past Jamie Keefe in the coach's box. We go to 1-2. 6-2 in favor of the Rockers, top of the 5th inning. Ample time for the Barnstormers to get back in this. Rosa is 29. Mercedes not quite 27. Ooh, nice play. Juice Gums points. Many Juice Gums points for Jamie Keefe, the one-time infielder. Handled a pretty hot one there from Schroeder. Backhanded nonetheless. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind has turned around. It started to blow in. That's an indication that the front is through and the air is going to dry out and we're going to cool off. Swung on and missed. Down goes Schroeder. Lakin's night experiencing a turnaround. He's gotten 6 of the last 7. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 left here. Showing some savvy, sticking with his left-hander. Now can the Barnstormers turn things back around against Dominic DeMasi? Through 4.5, they trail 6-2.
Put the firefighter costumes and race back to the foul line. The winner is going to receive a prize.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant end of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Darian Sanford getting ready to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning against Dominic DeMasi. Lancaster's offense couldn't have gotten off launching a home run. Since then, 3 hits and 1 addition. Sanford grounded out 4-3. Back in the 2nd inning, DeMasi largely living on ground outs right now. Swing and a miss by Darian. He goes down a strike. It is 0-1. DeMasi has kept his pitch totals pretty much to a minimum. Actually, Melvin Mercedes is 27. I must have looked at the wrong line. Foul ball back. It's 0-2 on Sanford, and Rosa 29. And again, they did not attend the same high school in the Bronx. They probably encountered each other at some point. 0-2 to Darian Sanford. Devon Torrance is on deck. Sanford offers the bunt and misses. You don't get to do that. You do get to foul it off. That is the second strikeout for DeMassey. One away. Torrance will come to the plate. Devon with a single into center field back in the third inning. He was then forced at second. Lancaster trailing by 4 tonight in the bottom half of the fifth inning. High Point has to jump on the bus and head back home. Their mileage log has been full here in the month of August. Torrance, good-looking swing, but a foul ball back into the net. It is 0-1. This season may not bear the ultimate reward of a championship or even a spot in the playoffs for the Barnstormers, but if that's all you're looking for, you go through life disappointed. Little knuckleball to the shortstop. Russell will handle that. 2 men down, and Gindel will come back around. Caleb has scored both Barnstormers runs. Officially, he is 1 for 2. But to watch the growth of Devon Torrance as a player this year has been something that's been fairly special. To watch the season this man has had, Gindel lined up the middle and getting there to some degree is Cardullo, but no play. It's another one of those soft line drives, much like Hobson hit last inning, that just went nowhere, and Cardullo almost got to it. He wouldn't have been able to turn into play. Gindel with his second hit. Joe Terdoslavich to the plate. He is 1 for 2. A couple of these swings lately, it looks like the Barnstormers are trying to hit baseballs made of lead. That's how they're coming off the bat, which has all to do with the rotation that DeMassey is imparting on said baseballs. Gindel leads off first. Terdoslavich looks at a fastball at the very top of the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. 5 hits now for Lancaster tonight. Gindel owning 2 of them, 27 for Caleb in the season series. To Terdoslavich, 0-1, fouled at the plate. A second strike, it's 0-2. There is a thought, and Ross Peoples alluded to this on the Dugout Report on Sunday, that when all is said and done, Caleb Gindel has been the best player in the Atlantic League this year. Will he be given Player of the Year honors? Probably not. Terdoslavich fights off an 0-2 breaking ball. He stays alive with 2 outs and the runner on at first. That is likely to go, I would think, to either Nash or Tejeda. You might be able to throw some others in the mix there if you think about it, but I would imagine the Player of the Year race is between those 2 sluggers from York. Terdoslavich can't hold on the swing and a breaking ball in the dirt. He'll be tagged out by Jones. Ending the inning, no runs. He's had some season. We'll go to the 6th inning of baseball tonight. It is 6-2 High Point.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
So for the sixth inning, Jared Lakin gives way to Alejandro Chacin, something that we got the first indication of a couple of innings back. Lakin goes 5 innings tonight, giving up 9 hits and 6 runs, 5 of those earned. He walked 3, struck out 5. Inning as Chacin hits the hill. This is his 33rd appearance. Alejandro 1-4 with a 5.52 earned run average. He's into his 33rd game. His first pitch of the night is down and in to Michael Russell. Russell is 2 for 2, a run scored, an RBI. Another guy the Barnstormers have had some trouble with. Chacin comes back and lights up the inside corner to go to 1-1. Barnstormers' defense is really cheating to the left. Torrance swung to left center field. Turdoslavich just about on top of the third baseline. Mercedes into the hole. The next delivery is outside and low. Looked like a slider there. 2 balls and a strike. 6-2. High Point in the lead. The 2-run homer by Jones in the 4th inning, huge, especially because since then the air currents have changed. Chacin misses, and it's 3-1. It's going to be tougher now to get the ball out than it was an hour ago or less. Inside corner, says the automated balls and strikes. And Russell bats at 3-2. You'd have to be, but here's the one thing with these new rules where they could come in conflict. Suppose Morin had dropped that pitch just on purpose. Could Russell be accused of trying to steal first base? Ground ball, and it still gets through the left side. Mercedes and Turdoslavich just about could have shaken hands over there, and Russell still able to find the seam between them. He's got a leadoff base hit off Chacin here in the 6th inning. Matthew Jones will step to the plate. Jones with both of his home runs against Lancaster and 9 of his 16 runs batted in have come in this season's series. Well below 200 against the rest of the league. It's just unbelievable to me how well High Point has hit in this season series. Not everybody in the lineup, but a good many of them well above their overall numbers. Breaking ball, a check swing, but Bill Reuter brings up the right hand on the appeal. Infield, Chacin off the inside corner. Jones will bat at 1-1. Russell already on base. He's 12 for 13 stealing. High Point 6, Lancaster 2, top of the 6th inning tonight. Chacin back, and he is inside again on Jones, 2-1. Elsewhere in the Atlantic League, York is up 1-0 over Southern Maryland at the end of 3. They found another pitcher to bring into York. Called second strike. It's 2-2. Gentleman by the name of Steinfort. We haven't seen. On the right side, Darian Sanford coming over to where Casey Hobson would have been ordinarily. Sanford with the catch. Jones retired. The wind kept pushing that away from Darian. 1 out, 1 on. Stephen Cardulo, the batter. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored. And in the bottom of the 2nd, down in Texas, Sugar Land and New Britain are scoreless.
Second baseman Stephen Cardulo.
Major League Baseball this afternoon, the Red Sox top the Kansas City Royals in 10. The final score is 5-4. The Cubs defeated the Giants 1-0. There's a bunt and a good one. On it is Chassin, has to hurry the throw, and it is there. Cardullo, you have to believe, bunting for a base hit. He's retired 1-3. Russell ahead to second with 2 outs. And the designated hitter, Jared Mitchell, coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Tonight, the Washington Nationals own a 2-1 lead at Pittsburgh. Top of the 4th, they locked at 2 in the top half of the 5th. Rain may have been involved for a while there. Mets behind Noah Syndergaard lead Cleveland 2-0 in the 6th inning. Syndergaard working on a 1-hitter. First pitch to Mitchell knocks him off the plate. He ends up on his belly in the left side batter's box after lunging out of the way. Ball 1, no strikes. Braves lead the Marlins 1-0, bottom 5. There is a rain delay, but not on the eastern seaboard. Colton Houston, no score, top 2. Rangers, White Sox, no score, top 2. Yankees at the A's, Blue Jays at the Dodgers coming up later on. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch bouncing free from Parker Morin. That will send Russell to third. Wild pitch will be charged to Alejandro Chassin. Jared Mitchell up there, 2 balls and no strikes with a runner just 90 feet away. Chassin breaks contact with the rubber. Russell goes back to third. And no appearance for Marcus Walden today. That would have been his kind of game, but they didn't use him. Called strike, 2-1. He's got a couple of saves for the Red Sox, 8 wins. And the Red Sox did lose a lead. They had a 4-2 lead at one point. That got away, but they won it in the 10th inning. 2 balls and a strike here to Jared Mitchell. Third baseman Hector Gomez waiting on deck. It has not taken this game all that long to get to this point here in the 6th inning. Way inside and a diving stop by Morin to save a run. 3-1 on Mitchell. Three balls and 1 strike the count. We'll check to see if Cardullo was given a sacrifice bunt there. I would not, given the score in the ball game in this inning. He wasn't in charge here in the 6th inning. We'll see if the Barnstormers can mount a rally at some point. High Point, generally the team that is the later inning team. The Barnstormers over the last week or so have been building leads early. Low and outside, ball 4 to Mitchell. He becomes a base runner, and Gomez will stand in at 1 for 3. Well, the other part of this final month of the season or so, it's still an audition. All contracts in the Atlantic League are 1 year in length. And Ross is under no obligation to bring anybody back. We do hold rights to players as long as you put somebody on the protected list. As Gomez takes a ball just off the plate, it's 1-0. As long as you have a player on the protected list, he cannot talk to another team until the 1st of April if he has not received an offer from his previous club. And that holds true if the guy's in an organization or has agreed to go to Mexico off the outside. But the actual contracts themselves are 1 year in length. There's no obligation to bring somebody back. If you don't want to, you probably won't protect them. Breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. And those decisions have to be made after the season ends. And Ross is going to, I think, have some tough calls. Russell at third, down low, it's 2-2. Chassin gave up the leadoff base hit to Russell this inning, got 2 outs. Now he faces men at first and third with 2 away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hector Gomez. Target set, runner breaks from first, and the pitch is lined down the right field side, headed toward the corner, and this is going to do some harm. Russell scores. Mitchell is being waved. He will jog home as he was off and running with the pitch. Gomez doubles in 2, and it is now 8-2 here in the 6th inning. Alejandro Chacin tagged for a couple of runs. Left fielder Quincy Lattimore will come to the plate. Lattimore is 0 for 3. Gomez, 3 more runs batted in. He is not without a home run. 1 per game. Now Chacin to the plate, and Lattimore gets a strike. It's been a tough series for Quincy Lattimore. He sees all his teammates driving in runs and getting base hits, and he's still starving. 0-1 to Lattimore. He's from Apex, North Carolina originally. Next offering from Chacin, fouled into the padding. It's very Crimmers are down by 6 here in the 6th inning. Last night, Lancaster won 8-2. The night before, High Point won by 6. Love to see the Barnstormers get back in this game. 0-2 pitch, slider, strike 3 called. Lattimore goes away with that whatever reasons. 2 hits with no errors, and they leave him in. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 8-2 in favor of the Rockers.
And it is time for the Hess's Barbecue Wing Sling. I have 9 chickens ready to sling down to the red basket.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Andrew Applin, Destin Hood, and Casey Hobson slated for the Barnstormers in the bottom of the 6th against Dominic Damasi. Damasi has yielded 5 hits and 2 runs. He's now chalked up 3 strikeouts. Hasn't won with a sac fly. Still seeking to extend his hitting streak to 11. We'll see if he can pull it out in the latter innings again here tonight. Way inside and low from Damasi. Ball 1-0. Damasi with a very low pitch total through 5 innings. 1-0. Inside and low again to Andrew for ball 2 and no strikes. Right around 60. Applin, last time up, lined a sac fly to center. 2-0 pitch, a big swing and a miss. 2-1. 5 hits in 5 innings off Damasi. Barnstormers have hit some balls pretty well in this game. Well, nothing really since the 3rd inning. Here comes the 2-1. Applin tags it foul. That will bounce up into the first section of seats down the right to him. He will get one more trip after this one, barring the unforeseen. But if we play the normal course of a baseball game, Andrew Applin awaiting the 2-2. DeMasi to the plate, and Andrew stays alive with a little bleeder foul in the neighborhood of Destin Hood in the on-deck circle. High Point has scored in 4 of the last 5 innings, 3 of them multi-run innings. Applin looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. DeMasi has fanned 3 of the last 5 batters, 4 total, and with 1 out, here is Destin Hood. Hood is grounded to third and skied to center. The Barnstormers laboring here through the middle innings, as DeMasi has retired 9 of the last 10. A single by Gindel, the exception. Defense straight away. Destin goes after the next pitch and elevates it to right, but he didn't get much of it. Richie Schaefer gliding over to his left is there for the catch. 2 outs. Casey Hobson will step in. He is struck out and grounded out. Jared Lakin tonight threw 75 pitches in his 5 innings of work. Chassis needed 26 to get through the top half of this inning. Now here is Hobson, and the delivery is up and away. Ball 1, no strikes. An 8-pitch 4th inning for DeMasi, a 9-pitch 1st inning, 10 last inning. Lancaster really hasn't extended him very much in any inning tonight. In at the knees, taken for a strike by Hobson. It's 1-1. Lakin had a 6-pitch 1st and a 10-pitch 4th, but he had some longer innings in there as well. They were swinging early on him. He faced 25 batters on those 75 pitches. 1-1. Second strike onto the outside corner to KC. It's 1-2. He has been using that outside corner pretty well. Fastball high and outside, 2-2. The entire stadium is going off with an Amber Alert. It's amazing how that happens. It hits everybody's phones all at the same time, and hopefully whatever situation is going on without harm to anyone. Ball 3 is payoff pitch is due, and that curls around and gets the outside corner for strike 3 called. Hobson was about to head to first base. He is called looking on a 3rd strike. There is nothing across in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We are through 6. It's 8-2 in favor of High Point.
We are pleased to join the Lancaster Barnstormers to help sponsor their team.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company, supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trips' transportation needs, providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or something.
Richie Schaefer leads off the 7th for High Point. It is 8 runs on 12 hits. Errorless baseball for the Rockers. They've stranded 5. Barnstormers with 2 runs on 5 hits with 1 error and 3 runners stranded. Richie Schaefer leading off the 7th. As I mentioned, he is perfect tonight. 2 walks and an infield single. He has scored a pair of runs. Alejandro Chacin out for his 2nd inning of work. He was reached for 2 runs last inning on a 2-out double to right by Hector Gomez. First pitch to Schaefer missing inside. It is a ball, 1-0. We missed the weather. That was a good part of the night. Delivery at the knees for a strike taken, 1-1. And we should be fantastic through the weekend. Cooler, drier. Slider missing outside and low. 2 balls and a strike to Schaefer. More. The ones that came through here. Fly ball to left. On comes Applin in front of Torrance. He'll make the catch. Schaefer finally retired tonight. 1 away. Being on via Sergei Rosa. 1 for 3 with an RBI for him. I would imagine they're under siege at Camden Yards by the way the radar looks. And I'm not sure that game is advanced since the last time I looked. Swing and a miss. 1 strike on Rosa. Bottom half of the 5th inning between Baltimore and Tampa Bay. But if they haven't halted the game, they will be shortly. Camden Yards, if you're not aware, on the south side of the city of Baltimore. Ball 1 is low to Rosa. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miles Schroeder, the center fielder, waiting on deck. Lancaster's been out hit 12-5, outscored 8-2. That ball is slammed to right field. Will not contain it. A home run for Rosa. That is number 10 on the season for him, and the High Point lead has now grown to 9-2. Miles Schroeder due to come to the plate. 3rd run given up by Alejandro Chacin. Rosa has some pretty good pop and got all of that one. No question about it. As soon as it came off his bat, that one was gone. Much like Gindles back in the 1st inning. Jones also with a home run tonight for the Rockers. Also to right field, coming from the right side of the plate, and a chip shot up onto the deck, but good enough to score 2. Schroeder, 2 hits and an RBI. Chacin misses with his first delivery. It is ball 1 and no strikes. Alejandro comes back. A pitch lifted foul off to the left and out of play. It's 1-1. Enjoy your weekend with us. The Sugarland Skeeters come to town. Remember, Sunday's game is a 5 o'clock start. We have the backpack giveaway for the city school kids during the day on Sunday. And they're all given a ticket to the game along with that backpack. Hopefully a lot will stick around. School just about to get underway here. Many parts of the country it already has. Swing and a miss. Schroeder batting at 1-2. 1 out, nobody on, but a run home on the Rosa homer here in the 7th inning. Chacin deals in on the hands of Schroeder, and he can do nothing but pull it foul to the Lancaster dugout. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Rockers not locked into a playoff spot. They've got a pretty good chance of making it, though. 1-2 cut on and missed. That will be the 2nd strikeout for Chacin. Lakin fanned 5. And with 2 outs, here is Michael Russell. Russell 3 for 3. He has hit the ball to each field. 2 runs scored and a run batted in. He has been involved in the run scoring each of his at-bats. He's also played well in the field tonight. Chassin delivers. That's inside to him for ball 1, 1-0. Jones on deck. Morin, Mercedes, and Sanford. Scheduled bottom 7. Slider back to the inside corner here, and it's 1-1. You may very well see Caleb Gindel pitching again tonight. He was in the ball game 2 nights ago and had a 3-batter inning. Got a double play to cancel out a walk. Called second strike. It's 1-2 to Russell. Getting there toward the 7th inning stretch. Chassin brings it home. Oh, he got him swinging. Made him look bad. Alejandro Chassin with another strikeout. That is 3 for him, but via Sergei Rosa gets to him for the long ball. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. It is time for the stretch at Clipper Magazine Stadium with the score, the High Point Rockers 9 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 2.
This is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Parker Morin, Melvin Mercedes, and Darian Sanford slated for the Lancaster Barnstormers against Dominic DeMasi, who pretty much, once staked to a good-sized lead, has taken over the game. The Barnstormers have had only one base runner since a Joe Chernaslovich single back in the 3rd inning. That's out of a stretch now of 12 batters. Caleb Gindel with a single back in the 5th. Here's Morin. Parker is 0 for 2 on ground balls here tonight. The motion and the offering, and Morin screams this to right field. 2 hops out to the wall. Parker, a wide turnaround first. He's going to hold on as a strong throw comes in from Schaefer to second base. Morin, a leadoff base hit here in the 7th inning. And a little bit of light shining for the Lancaster Barnstormers. But it's a long road back, down by 7 here in the 7th inning. Melvin Mercedes stands in. Mercedes is singled and grounded out. DeMasi has done a great job pitching with the lead and just about throwing nothing but strikes here. He fell behind Applin 2-0 leading off the 6th. Came back to get him on a called 3rd strike. That's been about the only time he's been behind a hitter. Now ball 1 is off the outside corner to Mercedes. It's 1-0 with Sanford waiting on deck. High Point infield set up, double play depth. DeMasi ready to go, 1-0. Mercedes, it's a hard ground ball foul. 1-1. Nobody is throwing in the bullpen at all for the Rockers. DeMasi has held his pitch count down, very efficient all night long. Longest inning, 17 pitches in the 2nd. And Jamie Keefe could run him all 9 innings at the current pace. Foul ball back to the screen for Mercedes. It's 1-2. A couple of DeMassie's games early on, they did not record official pitch counts. The highest total that he has recorded, 102, and that was here at Clipper Magazine Stadium on July 17th. But he's consistently been throwing into the 90s, and tonight he's still in the 70s. To Mercedes, 1-2. Hopper back to the hill. DeMassi will take that fire to Russell, feed him perfectly. Throw back to first is in time for the double play. Well, that was very well executed by the Rockers. DeMassi took his time, and he hit Russell where the shortstop did not have to, in any way, shape, or form, alter his momentum, reach for the ball. He just had it in perfect position for the transfer and the peg back to first to double up Mercedes. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 7th. That brings on Sanford. Darian is 0 for 2. DeMassi ready to go, and he is on the outside edge. He has lived there. It is 0-1. DeMassi trying to defeat the Barnstormers for the 3rd time in 3 starts. 0-1 to Sanford. Right-hander has the signal, and it's knocked toward the middle. Diving try by Cardullo, but that comes up rather woefully short. Sanford on with a 2-out single. Barnstormers have now recorded 7 hits in the ball game. Devon Torrance has one of those. He'll step in. Caleb, nobody else with a multiple hit game to this point. We're still looking for Andrew Applin to pick up a base hit and extend his streak to 11. The double play really hurt this inning. The Barnstormers could be building something here. Sanford now a 2-out runner. Torrance digs in. DeMassi to the plate. And it is off the outside corner. Ball 1. DeMassi working with Matthew Jones once again. They had both been acquired by the Rockers since the start of the season and coming out of the Major League organization. They have certainly done the job for Jamie Keefe and Billy Horn and Frank Viola. 1-0. Ground ball and another base hit for Devon Torrance. He pulled it through the right side. Sanford, with a huge deficit, stops at second base. 3 hits for the Barnstormers in the inning. And it's back around to Gindel, the one guy who truly has the number of Dominic DeMassi. 2 for 3 for Gindel here tonight, including a home run back in the 1st inning. The hits are piling up for Lancaster. Morin, Sanford, and Torrance with singles this inning. Not to be overlooked in this inning was the play by Schaefer off the wall in right field, because if Morin is able to get a double on that leadoff base hit, this has the makings of a big inning. 2 outs, 2 on, and to Gindel a fastball up and away. Ball 1, no strikes. Joe Cherdoslavich, the 3rd baseman, waits in the on-deck circle. Still a possibility of making this a much closer game in the bottom of the 7th. Sanford at second, Torrance the runner at first base. And DeMassi spins and bluffs Darian back in. They don't trust him even with a 7-run lead. It would be a first and second and 1 out. Sanford takes off, a swing and a miss, and there will be no throw. Gindel batting at 1-1. You can't say defensive indifference there. I think you have to give Sanford the stolen base because DeMassi had just scared him back, and you don't directly hold somebody on at second anyhow. 1-1 to Gindel with runners at the corners, and now Torrance takes off as Gindel yanks the ball down the right field line, but foul. That would have knocked in too. Caleb Gindel back at 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Torrance has to cross back through the infield lawn. Line down into the Barnstormers bullpen. But just a second strike. It happened to be a loud one. Now Damasi ready to go. Gindel pulls this to right center field. That is in for a base hit. It'll be his third hit and his second. Warren stops at second. 4 hits in the inning for the Barnstormers. And Joe Turdoslavich will come to the plate. We talked about all the Rockers having great season series against the Barnstormers, but on the flip side has been Gindel, who just has come up with his 28th hit off of High Point pitching and his 15th run batted in. Caleb has hit .424 in the season series. To Turdoslavich, first pitch ball outside and low, 1-0. Andrew Applin waits on deck. Gindel now 77 runs batted in on the year. Alvin Nash, start of New Britain for second. Turdoslavich is swinging a miss, and it's 1-1. High Point 9, Lancaster 3. Now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Earlier I was talking about how you could make the argument that Caleb Gindel has been this league's best player. When you understand what he's done defensively and you put that together with incredible offensive numbers. Swing and a miss by Turdoslavich. He appeared fooled by Damasi there. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gindel top 10 in the league in total bases, walks, runs batted in, runs scored. Swing and a miss by Turdoslavich. Damasi put him away with a fastball. That will end it here. Dominic Damasi with his 6th strikeout. Lancaster does come up with 3 in favor of High Point.
Out when in need of new appliances for your home? Come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Garrett Granitz is on for the top of the 8th inning, going over some last-minute signal instructions with Parker Morin. The catcher, Matthew Jones, will lead off here in the 8th inning. Alejandro Chacin went 2, and he gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked the batter and struck out 3. Gave up 2-run double to Gomez and a solo home run by Rosa. Other than that, he made some batters look fairly silly. 9-3 the score here in the 8th. Jones leading off against the submarining Garrett Granitz. Garrett's first offering is taken inside and low, a ball, 1-0. Garrett had a tough outing here a couple of nights ago. He's inside and low 2-0 to Jones, and this is starting sort of in the same direction. He kept missing inside to the right-handed batters. He ended up going 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, gave up the grand slam to Mitchell. This is launched foul out of play. Jones will bat at 2-1. He came in and walked Jones. He hit Cardullo. That forced in a run. And then Mitchell hit the slam to put the game out of reach. Action has started in the High Point bullpen. A right-hander is throwing there, so we'll have to believe that Damasi is done. Now Granitz is inside again. 3 balls and a strike on Matt Jones, the right-handed batting catcher. Lancaster just had a 4-hit, 1-run bottom of the 7th inning. Trying to put together a rally. Now a walk. Ball 4 is high on Jones. 5 walks issued by Lancaster pitching tonight. Steven Cardullo will come to the plate. Cardullo 2 out of 4 with a run scored.
Second baseman Steven Cardullo.
The Barnstormers need to win, in my opinion, 24 more games, and after tonight, 31 to go, in order to have a shot at the second half. They'll also need to do that to avoid having the worst record in franchise history for a season. Fouled down the left field line on the line by Cardullo. It is no balls and a strike to him. And that's going to take some effort. This ball club has not put together a true hot streak all year. And there's enough ability here that it could happen at any time. Foul ball back. Cardullo tried to wait on the Frisbee slider, but maybe a second too long waiting for it, and by the time he went after it, it darted away from him. No balls, 2 strikes to the right-handed batting tonight second baseman. We've seen Cardullo play 4 different positions in this series alone. 0-2. Doesn't quite angle back to the plate, or if it did so below the knees. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Cardullo, Floridian from Fort Lauderdale. Most recently in AAA with the Rockies before joining the Rockers. Fly ball, center field. This will be easy for Devon Torrance, and it's out number 1. It's interesting that last night Applin played center and Torrance left, and tonight they're reversed. Both are very competent outfielders. Applin with the experience, and Torrance has learned rapidly. He struggled in left field, something awful at times earlier this year. Now here is Jared Mitchell, who tonight has walked twice and has scored a run. 0 for 2 officially. He'll back out for a moment. I don't know if something got in his eyes or what that was all about. Grand slam to the backyard by Annie Bailey's here on Tuesday. High Point trying to make it 3 out of 4 in this series. The Barnstormers probably need more than singles to re-enter the fight here tonight. Ball is outside to Mitchell, 1-0. Hector Gomez on deck. He's driven in 3 runs tonight. 29 hits for him in the season series. Ball 2 is outside and low on Mitchell. 2 balls and nothing. I have to think, as soon as this season comes to an end, you have to start planning for next year. 2-0. Bouncing ball toward the middle. That's the second double play tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're going to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2 double plays turned by the Barnstormers tonight. Now it's 9-3 in favor of the High Point Rockers.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan, www.tuxedotour.com, or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Well, it's likely to be the last shot tonight for Andrew Applin, depending on how the rest of the game goes. He leads off the 8th inning, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. He sits safely in 29 games out of 30, but not so far tonight. Here's the motion by Trevor Frank, who has just entered play. The ball is outside and low. We've seen Frank in this series, the one-time closer for the High Point Rockers, and a guy against whom the Barnstormers have had some success. Applin at 1-0, the right-hander ready to go, and to Andrew, it is ball 2 off the inside corner, 2-0. Frank is 3-3 with a 3.3 ERA. He has 12 saves, 40 hits allowed in 43 2/3 innings, 12 walks, 42 strikeouts. Applin batting 2-0. Here is the motion. Frank to the plate, and Applin turns on it, driving it down the right field line, but foul into the Lancaster bullpen. 2 balls and a strike. In fact, he low-bridged Cody Epley, who was warming up in the bullpen. Epley is going to be given at least a couple of opportunities to work out the kinks. It just seems like he doesn't have a very good feel right now. Everything looks straight, and that's certainly not been his history. Ground ball pulled foul. Trey Steffi tries to go down and get it, but is unable to. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Applin. Destin Hood and Casey Hobson fouled them tonight, but no walks. They never really jeopardized the lead. 3 runs off of him. Another quality start. It's 5th in a row. 7th in the last 9. Applin is rung up on a check swing for strike 3. 1 out here in the 8th inning, and for him to have another chance to extend the hitting streak, his teammates are going to have to get the lineup back around into his direction. Destin Hood steps in. Hood is 0 for 3. Barnstormers have had very few plate appearances tonight, amazingly, with runners in scoring position. To Hood, fouled back for strike 1. And realistically, the Barnstormers have taken advantage of them. Applin with a sac fly in the 3rd. Gindel an RBI base hit last inning. But they had the leadoff home run in the game for Gindel, and it's been nothing but singles other than that. And it's really tough to score to make up a huge deficit when you're getting only singles. Frank steps back, now goes to work on Hood, angling the pitch across for his 2nd strike. It is 0-2. Hobson in the on-deck circle. 9-3 High Point with play in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out, nobody on board. When you're having a season like this one, you're the Barnstormers. And there's a swing and a miss by Hood. 2. Do you want to rethink a philosophy? of the way things have been built. We're coming off 2 incredibly successful years. And this season it seemed that nothing has gone right. How far do you want to take changing things around? First pitch strike to the outside corner, it's 0-1. Is it a philosophical change? Is it a personnel change? Oh, and 1. The count to Hobson, who's just 5 for 61 against the Rockers, but he does have a couple of home runs. Looper foul down the third base line, off the wall next to the bullpen. 2 strikes to Hobson with 2 outs on strikes here in the 8th inning. It seems painfully late at night, but it is not. This has been a very quick ball game, but the stadium is almost devoid of energy right now. 0-2. Frank goes to work on Hobson. The pitch fouled back up to the Bobby Rahal Lexus Suites. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Promising start to the ball game tonight. Gindel with the leadoff homer off of Damasi. But the next thing you knew, High Point had a 6-2 lead through 3.5, and they just kept building on it. Taken in the dirt, Hobson batting at ball 1 and 2 strikes. Unless things turn around, the Barnstormers will be 23-31 in games where they scored first. And I think that is the most difficult stat of the season to comprehend. And I don't know the source of that. I really don't. 1 and 2. Frank kicking and bringing it home. Hobson looking at ball 2, and now the count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sugarland coming in tomorrow. We'll open up a 3-game set, 7 o'clock tomorrow, 6:30 on Friday. Or Saturday, rather, 5 o'clock Sunday. Ball 3 missing. To Hobson, it's 3-2. Nobody to be running, nobody to be concerned about. Payoff pitch is due to Hobson. The wind, Frank delivers. Casey holds on the swing, and strike 3 is called. He goes down looking at a 3rd strike again, and off comes the gear with body language expressing disgust. It's a 1-2-3 inning as Frank strikes out the side in the bottom of the 8th. We're at the end of 8, and High Point leads it 9-3.
Southern Maryland 3-0. In the 8th inning, it's Somerset 7, Long Island.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Cody Epley will work the top half of the ninth inning, but not under the normal conditions. Epley has been one of this league's great closers in the history, now in its 22nd season here in the Atlantic League. He is fourth all-time in saves. But this season has not gone well, especially the last field. Velocity's there, the arm strength is there, but his pitches aren't biting very well, and he's been hit pretty hard. So Ross went to him the other night and said, look, I'd like to give you a couple of games where the game's not on the line. Let's see if you can get that feel back, because he's as good as there is when his pitches are running. First pitch to Gomez is down low. It is ball one, no strikes. 3 runs batted in for Hector Gomez tonight. Barnstormers with Morin, Mercedes, and Sanford due in the bottom of the ninth inning. Epley comes back. Here's the 1-0. It's beaten foul and skips up off the third base dugout rooftop. Ball one and strike one to Gomez, man who's played in the big leagues more with the Milwaukee Brewers than anybody else. Another foreign-born player that just seems to have an incredible amount of fun in this game. Foul ball back, 1-2. And we've talked about that at length this year. Sometimes I think in the United States we can take baseball for granted. And a lot of youngsters growing up are turning to other sports, but in many other countries, baseball is king. Dominican Republic maybe more so than any other. Swing and a miss. Gomez goes away against Epley. That's one out here in the ninth inning. And a good start for Cody. Quincy Lattimore comes to the plate. Lattimore 0 for 4. One out, nobody on, top of the ninth. 9-3 High Point's the third straight game with a 6-run margin in this series. There is action, a left-hander throwing in the bullpen for the High Point Rockers. One out, nobody on. First pitch to Lattimore is below the knees. Ball 1-0. Threat of rain earlier tonight. Ball 2 is low, 2-0. Big gap out in right center field. Epley will work, and ball 3 is inside and low. 3 balls and nothing. Richie Schaefer waits on deck, and then via Sergei Rosa. Quincy Lattimore batting at 3-0. Huge gap in right center. Anything that would get by Darian Sanford, who's playing close to the middle. There's a fastball for a strike. Epley works to Lattimore at 3-1. Terdoslavich guarding the line. Mercedes toward the hole. The pitch is lashed, and a nice pickup by Terdoslavich to his left. He'll fire on, and Lattimore's tough series ends in an exceptionally frustrating manner. 2 outs, and Schaefer will come to the plate. Quincy Lattimore 0 for 5 tonight. And he has gone 0 for 15 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium this week. That's all right. He'll get back to York before this season comes to an end. Maybe not. He has hit 5 home runs in 6 games he has played there. He may have missed a series when he was in Mexico. 2 are gone. Here is Schaefer. Epley will come to the plate and dance that off the outside corner. It is ball 1. A 6-run lead for the Rockers here in the ninth. 9 for High Point. In at the knees for a strike. It is 1-1. most likely Brian Clark, and it does look like his build. I'm going to believe for the time being that's who it is. 1-1, Epley to Schaefer, and it's fouled right at the dish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, so far so good for Cody Epley tonight. 2 outs, nobody on, and a 1-2 count facing the tough part of the order for the High Point Rockers. And maybe just this breather was what Cody needed. Product of VCU down in Richmond. Swung on and missed. A 1-2-3 inning for Epley here in the top of the ninth. That's the Cody Epley we know. Don't know where he's been here the last few weeks, but that was a great-looking inning. Nothing across for the Rockers. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Morin, Mercedes, and Sanford coming up. It is the High Point Rockers 9 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 3.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Trevor Frank struck out the side in order last inning. And now left-hander Brian Clark will try and finish things off tonight for the High Point Rockers. Clark will be in his 34th game. He's 2-3 with a .225 ERA. Brian Clark, Asher Tolliver have had tremendous first halves for High Point, but teams have gotten to him a little bit more here in the second half. Lancaster down by 6 with Morin leading off here in the 7th inning. 1 out of 3, a single blister to right field back in the 7th inning. 2 hops to the base of the right field wall. Swing and a miss here against Clark. It is 0-1. Like I said, Parker has been swinging the bat better than the .249 batting average would indicate. 11 doubles on the year, 3 home runs. Swings and misses at the next offering from Clark, and it's 0-2. Melvin Mercedes will turn around to bat right-handed. And then Sanford, Darian with a base hit, a run scored, and another stolen base, 55 on the year. Outside to Morin for ball 1-2. 55 had been the single season stolen base record for the Barnstormers before Darian shattered it last year. Quincy Foster stole 55 all the way back in our first season. 1-2. Morin chases that, a swing and a miss. 5th consecutive Barnstormer to strike out in the waning stages of this game. 1 out. Mercedes will come to the plate at 1 for 3.
Shortstop Melvin Mercedes.
Barnstormers need to get some action going to get Applin back up again. They would need 4 of the next 5 batters to get on base. If Applin gets up again, the game will suddenly be interesting. 1 out. Mercedes looks at an offering down low. Ball 1-0. It's been a relatively quick game tonight, quickest at this point that the Barnstormers have played in some time. And much of that has to do with High Point not walking anybody. Ball 2 is outside to Mercedes. Melvin will take one here. Melvin just wants to get on base any way he can, try and get something going. And Sanford would bat right-handed, his better side of the plate, and Devon Torrance would bat right-handed, his lesser side of the plate. 2-0. Fastball good for a strike to Mercedes, who appeared to be looking the whole way. It is 2-1. The wind, the pitch, and a strike on the outside corner. Melvin bats at 2-2. Darian Sanford is due next. Clark ready to go. It's in the dirt. And Mercedes still a chance to get on board here and see what happens after that. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mercedes playing shortstop tonight. We've seen him at all 3. He does well. He's got a nice glove. Second and third probably better for him than shortstop, but he certainly can handle short adequately. Strike 3 called at the knees. 6 Barnstormers in a row have gone down on strikes. Darian Sanford is the final hope for the Barnstormers here tonight. That's 11 total strikeouts for High Point pitching. 10 rockers have gone down. It's funny because when you talk to people before the automated balls and strikes came in, everybody thought it was going to favor the hitters, but it seems like it's actually been the other way. First pitch strike to Sanford, it's 0-1. The last Barnstormer to put the ball in play was Gindel with a single to right center field, driving in a run back in the 7th inning. Right now, not much is slowing Caleb Gindel down. Breaking ball inside and low. Darian did not go. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Caleb Gindel now up to 302, 16 homers, 70 is the catcher, and out at first. Jones gunning down Sanford to end the ball game 2-3. Sanford made it close, but the Barnstormers will go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Line totals and their wrap-up show will be coming your way next here tonight. The final score, the High Point Rockers 9 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 3.
Gindel with a solo shot in the first inning.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Well, the High Point Rockers opened Clipper Magazine Stadium for the 2019 campaign back on the 26th of April, and they have played their final game on this field as they win 9-3 here tonight. 9 runs on 13 hits, no errors, 5 left for the Rockers. The Barnstormers 3 runs on 9 hits with an error and 5 men left on base. Dominic Damasi with the win. He is 7-2. He's beaten the Barnstormers for the 3rd time in 3 starts on the year. He gave up 9 hits, 3 runs in 7 innings. The loss for the Barnstormers, Caleb Gindel right away. 3 balls and no strikes in the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off the game for the Barnstormers, and Gindel rocked one to right center field for his 16th home run of the campaign. Then Matt Jones connected in the 4th inning with a man aboard. It was his 2nd, both in this series. And the final home run of the night hit by Sergei Rosa in the 7th inning off of Alejandro Chacin with the bases empty. And for Rosa, his 10th home run of the season. 2 hours, 35 minutes, the time of the game, 32:30 on hand at Clipper Magazine Stadium here tonight. The Barnstormers took the lead on the Gindel home run, but High Point answered in the 2nd. It was a leadoff walk to Richie Schaefer after a foul pop-up had been dropped. He would move ahead to second base on an infield single for Miles Schroeder, a dribbler over toward third. Joey Turdoslavich was unable to dig it up and get a throw off, and then Michael Russell singled to drive in the run and tie the ball game at 1. High Point took the lead in the 3rd inning as Steven Cardullo ripped a double into the left field corner. Jared Mitchell walked, and Hector Gomez put them on top with a single into left center field. Mitchell was thrown out trying to steal third for the first out of the inning. Lattimore struck out. That may have actually gone in the reverse order, but Gomez stole second. Schaefer walked. Sergei Rosa singled in 1, and Miles Schroeder doubled home another before Rosa was thrown out at the plate, and it was 4-1 in favor of High Point. The Barnstormers got something going on singles by Torrance and Turdoslavich in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Andrew Applin scalded a ball to center, caught by Schroeder, turned into a sacrifice fly. It was 4-2, and from there High Point pulled away. Jones with the 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Gomez, a 2-run single in the 6th. Rosa, the 1-out solo home run in the 7th. Lancaster's final run of the night came with a flurry of singles in the bottom of the 7th inning. Parker Morin had the first of them, but he was doubled up on a bouncer to the mound by Melvin Mercedes, and Darian Sanford, Devon Torrance, and Caleb Gindel all coming up with base hits. The Barnstormers started to make some noise at 9-3, but their next 6 batters struck out. Darian Sanford ended that streak of frustration with a little tapper for the final out of the ball game tonight. 9-3 High Point. Now taking a look at the rest of Atlantic League Baseball tonight at Peoples Bank Park in York. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Revs leading the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 3-0. Somerset a winner in a ball game shortened by rain 7-3, and New Britain owns a 5-0 lead over the Sugar Land Skeeters in the bottom half of the 5th inning. This could be a very big night for the York Revolution as it stands right now. York led by 1 in the Freedom Division coming into tonight, but if they hold on and New Britain holds on, the lead would be 2 over the Skeeters and 4 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Meanwhile, High Point has pulled back to within 1/2 game of the Long Island Ducks in the Liberty Division standings, and the team most likely to groan about the proceedings here, with the possibility of High Point and York winning the second half, would be the next team in line, named the Somerset Patriots. The Barnstormers' hopes are fading there. It looks like it will be 7.5 out at the conclusion of play tonight. 31 games to go. It is an awfully long road back, and the window is closing on the Lancaster Barnstormers' playoff hopes. We'll tell you about the next series in a moment. First, let's check the Major League scoreboard tonight. They have been in a rain delay for a while at Camden Yards. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles tied at 2 in the bottom half of the 5th. Also in a rain delay at Citi Field in the bottom of the 6th, with the New York Mets leading the Cleveland Indians 2-0. Boston in 10 today at Fenway Park defeated the Kansas City Royals 5-4, and at Wrigley it was the Chicago Cubs on a combined 4-hitter shutting out the San Francisco Giants 1-0. Through 7 innings tonight, the Nationals lead the Pirates 2-1. Marlins and the Braves knotted at 2 through 8. The Colorado Rockies enjoy a 2-0 lead in the 4th inning against the St. Louis Cardinals. That one was held up by rain for a while. Houston up 2-0 over Detroit in the top half of the 6th. The Chicago White Sox enjoy a 5-1 lead over the Texas Rangers. That ball game is in the 5th inning. The Yankees and the A's, and Toronto at the Dodgers coming up later. The Sugar Land Skeeters come in tomorrow to start a 3-game series against the Lancaster Barnstormers. 7 o'clock, the game time tomorrow night. And we will be on the YouTube channel at 6:45 with the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. We still do not know the Sugar Land starting rotation for that series. John Anderson will be seeking his 10th win of the season. He is 9-6 entering action tomorrow night. Join us at 6:45. Until then, for our PR assistants James Murray and Joey Greer, for all the cast and crew here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we will see you at the ballpark.